Hello and welcome to the session 4 of the Wheaton WIC, Women of Wheaton Lunch and Learn, where our topic today is going to be stay abreast of stress. So why do we care about stress? Stress is a beneficial part of health and wellness. Stress is okay under certain circumstances um, because it helps us make good decisions. It's not bad all the time, but stress management is a cherry on top of Health and Wellness Sunday. So I know that's silly, but what I'm saying is you can be healthy, you can eat healthy and exercise, but if you're under a lot of stress, all of that work is going out the window. So the first thing I want to talk about is my life. So my stress life equation. So basically for me, this is in regards to me. So at 24, I was separated, I was single parent, I was sad, bad nutrition, really bad nutrition. And I had a stressful job, and a lot of it was just a really bad situation, just kind of like a low point in my life. Um, so that's me, that was my baby, and she was my joy. But again, it's just I'm 24. I got this cute little baby, and it's stressful. And this is her a little bit older, but as you can see, or if you can't tell, I am very skinny. I've cut my hair. Just to try to just to start over and refresh. But all of this equation basically equaled inflammatory bowel disease or Crohn's disease. So I went from this, good weight, everything, and actually into this. So I'm probably maybe 100 pounds, 103 maybe. I was very tiny in this picture. If you can't see my little legs, everything. But that's what all this equated to. A stressful job. It was I liked it. I enjoyed people, but it was just not a good environment for me. And like I said, I just lost weight, and it just was not. It was just not the look. But I did make a transition into wellness. I started focusing on my future, not my illness. That's one thing I've learned is that you focus on kind of sometimes you got to focus on the future. Like I focus on, I remember how it is to feel good, or I remember how it is to not be sick, and so I focused on that. It's like I know I'm going to be better. Change diet, increase my omega-3s. That's one thing we've talked about, Mediterranean diet. Actually, I wasn't able to eat a lot, but this picture here represents what happened. I had a dream about an angel, and she said to me, eat olives. And I tried to eat olives, but it was nasty. But I actually did start doing tablespoons of olive oil to give me energy. So it was like a turning point for me, along with some other things. But I just was basically just trying to do better. I exercised, nothing heavy, just walking, just taking a walk, releasing and relaxing. And I quit my job because that was the biggest stress. My daughter wasn't a stress. Being at home, I was living with my mom. That wasn't a big stress, but the biggest stress was the job. So doing all that, just that gave me a transition. That transitioned me to feeling better and healing. So in my 30s, it was different. So I was still a single parent, but I was working, I was in school, I'd had surgery for my Crohn's disease. I had a resection. I had some large intestine taken out, some small intestine taken out. I had my nutrition was much better. And then on top of that, everything else to this power. So WD means That was weekly dance. So I used to take dance, and then mental health weekends. I used to basically every other month during the weekend I would go to Charlotte where my cousin was, and just relax and enjoy myself. So again, just having that balance. And so then I finally graduated. My daughter, she's probably about she's probably maybe 11, 12 in that picture. Maybe probably 11. Yeah, so 11 in this picture, and me graduating. Just life. Just this is just life, but I'm happy. My weight is good, um, and everything was fine. Dancing, I actually really enjoyed it. I'm very happy and gained lots of weight. Good weight, but it basically just all of this put me in remission with my disease, and I felt a lot better. So um, taking care of a lot of stress, just lessening the stress, and balancing myself helped me feel much better. And so, what is stress? The body's reaction when responding to real or perceived hazards. Um, like I don't know for me, but when I almost get in an accident, sometimes I'm like, whew, you know, it can be scary, but you get tension, you're scared, you're anxious, even though nothing happens, you're still kind of scared. So it's like fight, flight. So obviously, if it, you got to avoid a car, you flight because you don't want to ram into the car. You want to get out of there. And you don't want to freeze. You could be in the middle of the street. So again, fight, flight, or freeze. And you get those biochemical responses. Your heart rate goes up. Your breathing is heavy. But this is normal. And adrenaline, cortisol, norepinephrine, all these help you deal with stress. But it's just whenever it gets out of whack is when we start feeling bad. So sometimes this is how we all feel. It's just being stressful, a lot of stuff going on. Now we're going to talk about 3 types of stress. There's a few other ones, but these are the ones I want to focus on, which is acute stress, episodic acute stress, and chronic stress. So acute stress is just your regular day-to-day stress. Very quick, boom. I almost got in a car accident, but I'm okay now. It's your traditional, what you were thinking about, thought derived. You could be like, oh my God, I thought I was gonna die, or it was just so much going on, just a quick stress. So I was at a grocery store and I couldn't find what I needed, so I got stressed really quickly. And it's usually based off of something that happened, like just really quickly. And signs and symptoms of acute stress, mental, you can be angry, annoyed, or apprehensive, or just, being scared of something, being anxious. Um, your body, you may get a headache, back pain, tension, um, just from that acute stress. Your stomach may have some stomach issues, reflux, gas, bowel distress. A lot of things can happen, but it usually does. Like I said, it's short lived. It doesn't last, and that's okay. It's just what the body does. However, we have the episodic acute stress, periodic. It's just like your regular stress, but it's periodic, or it happens every week, or oh, here it goes again. It may be some other, some specific trigger, but it's not all the time, but it's enough to annoy you a little bit and affect your life. So a worrier, sometimes I could be a worrier, but being pessimistic and anxious all the time, or pretty often. Sometimes a type A personality, competitive, impatient, insecure. Um, you know, uh, they always see everything as a competition, so they're stressed. Oh, this person is trying to be better than me. I got to be better than them. Being impatient, just being annoyed by everything, or it's not happening fast enough. Insecure, somebody just maybe all they always think that somebody's coming for their job, or oh, my boyfriend's cheating on me. Um, all these things can cause stress. And it's, like I said, more episodic. It's acute, it's quick, but it goes away, but it's a little more often. And so the signs and symptoms are all of the ones that we spoke about before with regards to just acute stress. But now we could be a little mentally compromised, relationship decline. Again, if you're a girl or anybody and you're in a relationship and you think they're always cheating on you, your relationship could affect you. Or if you're friends, I feel like she's talking behind my back. You could have relationship decline, high blood pressure, um, sleeplessness, or you're thinking about at night, oh, am I being cheated on, or my friends hate me? And then your immunity can be affected. So again, going back to my Crohn's disease, it's an autoimmune disease. So it's the immune system is going on too much, thus causing inflammation and all that kind of stuff that we talked about again in our earlier classes. Also, with the probiotics, we want to make sure that we're keeping the immunity in our gut straight. That's why, again, diarrhea, gas, all those kinds of things, and immune system can dysregulate, be too much, or it can be too low, and you get sick a lot. So it just depends. So for me, usually it's the hyped up, excuse me, the hyped up immune system. So inflammation, anything like that. So it just depends. So you gotta that's where it pays to know yourself, so you know how you respond to stress and also your triggers. And then we have chronic stress, which is the most damaging. It's day-to-day stress. So like at my job, I had to go to my job just about every day, and it was stressful, very, very stressful. It caused a permanent health issue, which is Crohn's disease. I mean, and my Crohn's disease may have been coming anyway, but it hit hard one day while I was at that job, and I felt much better after I left. And so triggered by a long-term situation. Long-term, I worked there. That's a long-term situation working, even 3 months, 6 months, especially if it's just a bad environment. So, and it could be, like I said, just the lack of employment, or you're in a sketchy living situation, poverty, negative work environment, and that's what I had. Drug use, detrimental relationships. You're in a relationship with somebody that doesn't appreciate you, somebody that's accusing you, all kinds of things. Some kind of narcissistic relationship, that can make you sick. So again, all of the previous symptoms, but mental breakdowns, hopelessness. And this kind of hopelessness is like, you've been in this situation so long, you don't see any end in sight. So you're just kind of stuck. And all this stress, some people, handle things differently. Violence, homicide, suicide, psychosis, heart attack, stroke. I have a family member that basically she's overweight already, but she's been taking care of her mom, and not able to go do anything for herself, not go visit her, anything. Her sisters wouldn't help her go do anything. She's, just taking care of her mom, who really doesn't need her, but she's just not allowed to release. She hadn't been to the doctor in like 5 years. And so she actually ended up having a stroke, and she's currently in the hospital now. And now her sisters have to help. And, now other people are having to help because she's not there to do it anymore. But if she had been able to have that balance, she probably wouldn't have had a stroke. So, went from, regular stress to probably episodic to chronic, and then stroke. So we want to definitely avoid that. And so whenever it gets this, you need intervention. So it could be stress management, therapy. You need to speak to somebody. Sometimes you got to talk to the right people. Medicine, some kind of medicines may help you. And exercise is definitely a good one. Exercise just to release, is definitely a good way for stress management. And what can we do to prevent stress? Eat healthy. That's what a lot of this series has been about, eating the right things, getting good probiotics, exercising regularly or often, set realistic goals. So realistic goals like, I want to be in the NBA. That's probably not going to happen. but stressing about it is not gonna make it better. I should maybe stress. Maybe a realistic goal is I want to be an RD. That's something that's a little more in my reach because I have a background in nutrition and I'm working on masters. So that's a realistic goal versus me trying to go to the MBA and saying no. That's a big one. Um, because we want to be nice, but we're not taking care of ourselves by trying to put everybody else in front of us. So sometimes just saying no, um, it's a very good thing. So we got stress relief techniques, meditation, just that. Sometimes that's just sitting in a quiet room, listening to some music, not talking mental imagery, imagining you're somewhere else, relaxing music. My daughter made a comment that I used to play happy all the time, because I'm happy. And I was like, and evidently, whatever I was going through, that song helped me out, and I was happy. So I don't even remember that shows, but um, that's okay. Deep breathing exercises, box breathing, just taking deep breaths, 2 or 3 deep breaths can help you relax and release. And one thing that I enjoy is just scent therapy, smelling things. Scent is very, especially helps us remember good times. You smell, some perfume, and reminds you of your grandmother or somebody you knew, and it brings you happiness. Hopefully that scent will bring you happiness. But scent therapy, when you smell some lavender and I feel so much better. So scent therapy. And actually I'm going to go into a little bit more about scent therapy. Scent therapy utilizes essential oils that enhance mood and well-being. So again, lavender is relaxing, peppermint, it smells good. You get focused. Rosemary can be invigorating. Jasmine, optimism. Jasmine is kind of sweet. It's flowery, like a really muted flower, but it's just like, oh, that just smells good. So I think I'm gonna have a good day today. Lemon and citrus is the cheerfulness. So like if you've ever smelled the fragrance happy, it's got a citrus scent. And that's exactly why it's called happy, because it's supposed to make you happy. And when can we use scent therapy at work? Start the day off right, after a difficult client, before we leave to go home, when we need to escape, or after a meeting. I know with us at WIC, we have these clients, and sometimes, the kids are doing things, or the parent is being very difficult. Excuse me, but maybe you just spritz whatever your favorite fragrance is and you breathe in and just kind of go away for a second, and then you can go on to the next meeting or go on to the next client and feel a lot better. Maybe before you leave to go home, maybe you don't want to go home. Maybe you need to stress a little bit, de-stress a little bit. And just like it's just an escape. So maybe it's a smell, it smells like the beach. You spray that, take yourself away to the beach, and you feel a big release. After meetings. Sometimes meetings can be a little tense, especially with us here, women in Wheaton WIC. And that's everywhere. But after a meeting, you go back to your office and you just start to spray a little bit of your favorite fragrance, and you're good to go. You're ready to start the day. So again, like you're on escape. These people are having an office meeting out in the Rockies somewhere. That would be a beautiful day. We're outside. Maybe you have some pine scent. You feel like, oh, I'm in an office that's in the middle of the woods and it smells like pine. So this is what we want to kind of achieve with our scent therapy. And because as caretakers, we take care of people. We take care of everybody, all of our participants, our families, husbands, wives, friends, but sometimes we don't take care of ourselves or our parents. So we must definitely take care of ourselves to prevent disease, increase health and wellness, and manage stress. So as you can see, this lady, she was in the office. It's a nice day. Maybe she just got out of one of those meetings, and so now she's meditating. So summary, acute We've got acute stress. That's just, regular traditional stress. It happens sometimes. Episodic stress is like your acute stress, but it's a little more regular. And it can lead to some issues, but not so bad. But it just a little bit of management can help. But the chronic stress is really what we want to avoid, because that is definitely the one that leads to bad diseases and a lot of it's like not a very good outcome. But it is okay. It is manageable with therapy and therapy, medicines, exercise. But the goal is to not even make it here to chronic. Acute, episodic, those are not too bad, but we want to definitely not make it here. Um, and to do that, we want to practice self-care to prevent chronic stress. So again, it goes back to everything that we've been talking about these whole sessions. Eating properly, um, exercising, getting the right things, just balance. And then also self-care, just to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others, which is what we do here at WIC. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. And remember, take care of yourself.